Elon Musk is juggling AI, X, and his new role with the federal government. But the real question is he too distracted to keep Tesla from crashing? Right now, Tesla is hovering around 330 bucks, and it's just within a stone throw of the 200-day moving average, which sits down at 269.97. But the real problem, the momentum indicators have rolled over on the longer term charts, and that means the path of least resistance is down. Are we about to see Tesla plunge to 2024 lows? That's 138.80. Hey, let's break it down and stick around, because at the end, we're diving into Tesla's charts to reveal where the stock is actually heading next. And we know that Elon Musk has built an empire, but here's the problem. Tesla isn't his only priority now. And every time Musk gets distracted, Tesla's stock tends to suffer. So with Musk looking everywhere at Tesla, what does this mean for the Tesla 2025 comeback? Let's check and see if the analysts are right. Remember when analysts called 2025 Tesla's comeback year? Hey, let's see if that prediction holds up. What's the hype and what's the reality? The analysts back in 2025 predicted that FSD, full self-driving, would be fully operational. However, the reality, FSD is still in beta, and it's hung up with some legal challenges. So the next question is, will it even meet the prediction or the deadline of 2025? Analysts also predicted that the Cybertruck would dominate the EV sales. Reality is production delays and demand concerns are dragging expectations down. In 2022, analysts predicted that Tesla Energy would double in revenue. And the reality, Tesla Energy is still under 10% of total revenue. But here's what no one's really talking about right now, and that's the competition is getting stronger. The market share of Tesla is starting to lag. BYD, the Chinese EV maker, is now number one in the world, outselling Tesla in China. And believe me, that's a big market. Ford and GM are undercutting Tesla with cheaper models. Rivian and Lucid are gaining traction with premium EV buyers. Tesla's price cuts are squeezing margins to compete. If Tesla's fundamentals are breaking down and competition is taking market share, what does this mean for the stock? Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to the technicals to see what's going on, what we should be happy about, and what we should be not so happy about. Now let's focus on what really matters when it comes to Tesla stock is the price action. We're going to do a multi-time frame analysis because if we just look at one time frame, it's not going to give us a real accurate picture, because where the daily chart may look like, oh, we're getting ready to do a bounce, some of the longer term charts may paint a different picture. So if you were trading Tesla short term, would you buy here or wait for confirmation? Drop your comments in the comment section. So a couple of things to note on the daily chart, which is what we're looking at right here. Note how the momentum has turned over, and that happened actually way back here in the 17th of December of last year. Made an all-time high, went down, rally attempt back up, fell back below the 8-day moving average, and then closed below the 50-day moving average, which is never a good sign, back on the 5th of February. Just wonder if I should tell my wife that on the 5th of February, which is her birthday, Tesla went in the tank. And as we see, we are continuing to sell off very dramatically, a large sell-off today. And I always like to encourage my members to look to your left. What do you see when you look to the left? Is current lows at approximately a past hot low? And the answer to that is yes, it is. So it wouldn't surprise me to get a bounce right here. What would I expect from the bounce? I would expect the bounce to do basically one thing. I would expect it to perhaps move back up to where the 8 and the 20-day moving average will be in the very near future, which I'm saying is about right there. That if you look to your left, that corresponds with these past lows over here. Once these past lows or swing lows, which is a level of support, were breached, that level of support now converts over and becomes a level of resistance. So and let's get a measurement on that really quickly. If we do bounce from where we are right now back to that level of resistance, that would be a return of about 13-14%. And so oftentimes, once things do start to roll over, what we'll get is a zigzag pattern like we're seeing here: fall off, rally attempt, fail, fail. Now, this is a very significant, stronger sell-off. The selling is getting stronger. At the same time, though, I have to be aware the daily momentum has reached down into it is overextended and what we call oversold. So where could prices go? Well, after it zigzags a little bit, the next strongest level of support is down here at the 200-day moving average, which is at 269.67. Again, look to your left. That turns out to be approximately in the same area as the old breakout areas from here to here. So I deem that 200-day moving average, very strong level of support. So that's the tag there. And I asked the question earlier is, if I fail here, what's the likelihood that I do make it back down here to the low of the last 12 months, which is 138.80? And we have to take into consideration that if it does break the 200-day moving average, that opens the door for it to slide back down. But what a technical trader will do is they will start honing in on, well, where's the other levels of support? Here's a level of support here. I'll get the numbers on level of support here, which corresponds closely to this level of support over here. And then I'll just go ahead and draw it in there right there. So on the way down, what we could anticipate perhaps is we bounce up, we fall to here, bounce up, fall to here, bounce up, fall to here, bounce up, fall to here, break that, pow. That increases the likelihood that we'll make it all the way down. Now, is that likely to happen? I think a lot of it's going to depend on what happens in June. Does Tesla start making some of its target dates for launching some of its products like its RSDs and this type of thing? So does it make it? We'll see. And then also, it failed to meet its last earnings report fairly severely. How does that continue to happen? So if we can't hold there about the 269 level, watch for a multiple month downtrend is what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and jump over into the other time frames, and I'll show you why I'm a little bit more concerned. And here we are on the weekly chart. Note that the weekly chart has rolled over. One of the things I like to do is I like to establish, here we see 12-month low. If the 12-month low fails, where are we going? Well, we could get down to about, where's that low right there? 101.81. Now, I've had people tell me so many times in the past, oh, it's never going to get there. It's never going to make it. As long as the downtrend is effect, watch that is a possibility. The last pullback it did, let's just say take this last pullback from the July 2023 down to that low. Now, let's just go ahead and grab that, and we'll do a Fibonacci extension down to the downside. So there's where we went down. And I'm just going to draw this back up to here. This is very interesting. We have already reached 100%, of the move down that happened over here. If we break that 100% mark, the 200% becomes very much in play. And look where that 200% is. It's down at 152.79. Close within shouting distance of the 138.80. The other thing, is Tesla in a bull market or has it turned into a bear market? The way you determine that is just basically go and grab your past high. And I know the week isn't over yet, but I'll just go ahead and take the low right here. And look at that. In the last 56 days, Tesla has fallen 33.9%. The other things that offer concern on Tesla is how you can see momentum has shifted down and is still pointing down. I like to draw in a parallel line to give me an idea of when it could hit its next low. And when is that? Well, and to see if it's a reasonable number. From where we're at right now, if I continue to fall from here to where it would cross, that gives me another 38 days to the downside. And then momentum would kind of bounce around there before it bounced up. So over the next 38 days, could I fall to 269.67? Yeah. Matter of fact, I could fall even lower than that, which is this next level down right there. And that's one of the places I want to take a look at on the weekly chart. Also, that 217 level that comes into play really nicely. So the answer to the question is yes, that's what could happen. And right now, the weekly momentum is facing down. And so Tesla is going to have a pretty strong headwind, restricting until the momentum gets to a place where it gets oversold enough for it to bounce and rebound. So the weekly chart may get down. Again, I forecast 269 to about 218. Last one is the monthly chart. The monthly chart, I'm sorry, guys, but just looks a little bit more scary than the weekly, because what it's showing us is we are early in the potential sell-off mode. Now, let's face fact, is Tesla going to really drop out of the sky and go ballistic to the downside? My opinion is no, it won't. However, it could happen. It could happen. It continues to increase, and fundamentals continue to get weaker and weaker. If that reports on earnings continue to come out in a negative way. I always like to look to your left. What happened in the past the last time things have rollen over? And it depends on how far back you go. But let's go back to this downtrend right there. That particular pullback on the monthly chart, this started in November of 2021, and it finished up over here. And that was a downside of about 426 days. It fell in value 75%. So I can take that information and project it over to my move here. And so where's 75%? Well, 75%. Oh, darn. It happens to pretty much line up with what's going on with the 12-month low. So very interesting. You may have asked the question of why does it do that? Well, one of the reasons it does that is because down here, there are buyers who wanted to buy here. They're still hanging out. Up here, there are sellers who, well, if it gets back up to that level again, there'll be people who bought right there and they're going, oh my gosh, why the heck did I buy that now? And they're waiting to sell as it approaches that upside. So right now I'm saying, yeah, Tesla's not a buy on my book, but it's definitely something I'm going to be watching. Okay, guys, as I said, short term, Tesla may provide some really quick swing trades, but it's shaky. Midterm, Tesla is at risk of breaking support. And then long term, Tesla is in trouble unless Musk can refocus Tesla. Is Tesla a buy, sell, or hold? And here's my final takes on that is one, the bullish argument is Tesla is dominant in EVs. AI and FSD could unlock massive future value. Tesla Energy could grow into a bigger revenue driver. The bearish argument, of course, is my momentum indicators are looking very bearish on the long-term charts. Key supports are breaking and risk is increasing. Musk is spread way too thin and competition is eating into Tesla's market share. If you want to make better trades in this market, hey, check out the next video where I reveal some additional great ways that you can start growing your account. What do you think? Will Tesla hold 315 or is 138 the place it's heading for? Drop your prediction in the comments.